Beneath the blazing African sun, a fearless little survivor steps forward to challenge the wild. As dust rises into the air, the honey badger turns the hunt into a tense test of endurance. Instead of retreating or hesitating, it boldly confronts situations that most other animals avoid. That unwavering fearlessness has transformed this solitary warrior into a legend of the wild. From the African savanna to the arid landscapes of South Asia, the honey badger always finds a way to survive. Weighing only about 35 pounds, its low, sturdy body helps it stay steady in the face of danger. Front claws nearly 2 inches long allow it to dig into the ground, break open nests, and uncover hidden food. Its keen sense of smell helps it track down food across vast stretches of land. Behind its fearless reputation is a body built to endure, stand its ground, and survive. The honey badger's favorite food is the energy-rich honey and the protein-packed bee larvae hidden deep inside wild beehives, especially toward the end of the dry season when honey supplies are at their peak. To reach this valuable reward, it patiently patrols an area spanning more than 10 miles, accurately remembering the location of each hive for months before returning at the right time. As soon as it hears the familiar buzz of bees or receives a signal from a honey guide bird, the honey badger immediately begins its search. When it discovers a hive inside a hollow tree or a rocky crevice, it uses its front feet and claws, nearly 2 inches long, to pry apart decaying wood or dig through hardened soil, gradually working its way toward the food source. Thousands of worker bees quickly emerge to defend the hive, but skin about 0.25 inches thick helps the honey badger withstand most of their stings. Calm and persistent, it feeds on the honey and larvae before moving on once its objective has been achieved. This behavior reflects a remarkable combination of memory, endurance, and adaptability refined over time. Those advantages allow the honey badger to make efficient use of a food source that very few species are willing to challenge. In the natural world, crocodiles are masters of ambush, keeping every animal along the water's edge on alert. With an estimated bite force of about 3,700 pounds per square inch and heavily armored scales, they have few rivals in shallow waters. However, once an individual leaves the water and moves into dense brush, that defensive advantage begins to fade. As hunger intensifies, the honey badger is driven toward a bold decision. It approaches a resting crocodile, taking advantage of a rare opportunity created by the predator's momentary lapse in vigilance. Once close enough, the honey badger acts with remarkable speed, targeting a vulnerable opening to gain the upper hand before the crocodile can fully respond. The encounter ends with the honey badger securing an energy-rich food source, enough to sustain its activity for several days. In the wild, even the greatest strength is most effective only when matched with the right environment. On the African savanna, lions are widely regarded as the kings of the wild, apex predators that command the attention of many other animals. An adult male weighs about 420 pounds, giving it the strength to overpower many rivals and protect its pride. Even so, that authority is put to the test when the opponent is a honey badger, a much smaller animal renowned for its fearlessness and powerful survival instincts. When a lioness and her cubs approach the honey badger's shelter, it immediately emerges to defend the area. The curious cubs cautiously move closer, while the honey badger lowers its body, changes direction repeatedly, and maintains a defensive stance. Its decisive response makes every approach more cautious. In the end, the lioness leads her cubs away, bringing the encounter to a close without further escalation. Another challenge soon follows. In the Kalahari, an adult male lion views the honey badger as an easy target. As the lion closes in, the honey badger quickly turns to keep its back protected, blocks the approach, and forces the larger predator to proceed with caution. Despite its overwhelming strength, the male lion gradually realizes that the encounter is far more difficult than expected. After an extended standoff without gaining a clear advantage, it abandons the attempt and walks away, leaving the honey badger standing its ground. In the natural world, size may command power, but agility, adaptability, and unwavering determination can sometimes shape the outcome. Snakes are predators built for lightning-fast strikes. Their exceptional ability to detect vibrations allows them to approach a target in complete silence. Many species also possess remarkably powerful biological defenses. The spitting cobra, for example, can project its venom more than 6 feet. That range can make even a seemingly safe distance disappear in an instant. Even so, the honey badger never confronts a snake recklessly. Under the scorching desert sun, it follows the trail, lowers its body, and constantly changes direction. Its target may be a viper or a spitting cobra, requiring it to maintain its distance, read every movement, and wait for the right moment. When the opportunity appears, the honey badger quickly closes in to gain the advantage. Even then, every encounter with a venomous snake remains a test of survival. A well-placed bite can leave the honey badger temporarily immobilized for nearly 2 hours. Its highly evolved immune system helps reduce the venom's effects on the nervous system, giving it a chance to recover and continue foraging. That remarkable adaptation is what defines the honey badger's resilience. During the dry season on the African savanna, as temperatures climb to nearly 95 degrees Fahrenheit, shrinking waterholes become places where many species are forced to cross paths. Amid the growing tension, the honey badger relies on its agility to maintain access to this precious water source. The first encounter comes with an oryx, armed with horns, measuring nearly 47 inches in length. A sudden thrust briefly throws the honey badger off balance, but skin about 0.25 inches thick and its low, sturdy build allow it to recover quickly, hold its defensive position, and continue standing its ground. Not long afterward, an African elephant weighing nearly 13,000 pounds approaches the waterhole. The honey badger quietly moves in, circling around the elephant's feet and prompting it to turn, stamp, and kick to maintain its distance. Dust quickly fills the air, yet the honey badger remains persistent despite the enormous difference in size. That determination is believed to be linked to its relatively large brain-to-body ratio and elevated testosterone levels, particularly during the breeding season. In the harsh, dry season, adaptability can sometimes become an advantage that reaches far beyond physical size. On the savanna, an invisible trap known as the African rock python waits with remarkable patience. Reaching about 12 feet in length, this massive reptile restrains its prey with powerful coils that generate roughly 7 pounds per square inch of pressure. A single moment of inattention can leave many animals with little chance of escape. That advantage has made the African rock python one of the most formidable predators of the grasslands. Even so, the honey badger rarely accepts defeat. As the coils tighten around its body, its loose skin, which is almost separate from the muscles beneath, begins to reveal its advantage. This extraordinary feature allows the honey badger to twist and turn even while restrained, creating an opportunity to fight back and gradually work free from the coils. At that very moment, a jackal appears at the edge of the brush, unintentionally drawing the African rock python's attention for an instant. That brief distraction gives the honey badger just enough time to twist its body, slip free from the coils, and regain the advantage. Without missing the opportunity, it immediately turns the encounter in its favor, forcing the python onto the defensive. In this documented encounter, The outcome is completely reversed as the African rock python ultimately becomes the honey badger's prey. In the unforgiving natural world, an extraordinary physical adaptation can sometimes change the outcome of an entire encounter. The grizzly bear awakens from hibernation, ready to initiate the hunt. Each surge forward erupts like a seismic force, pushing every rival into a reactive position. A strike lands with the weight of a hammer, while its jaws lock in with overwhelming pressure. It is not just power, but a bold survival strategy in motion. When this apex force refuses to relent, which creature can hold its ground to the very end? Hidden among ancient pine forests, each dominant male grizzly governs a solitary realm spanning over 300 square miles. This is an uncompromising boundary, where access to food and the right to reproduce are shaped by intense survival pressure. In their world, the presence of another bear signals a direct challenge. When two individuals meet in an open stretch of forest, a test of resolve begins. With a natural bite force reaching up to 1,200 pounds per square inch, they possess the ability to determine the outcome, yet often rely on displays of dominance to reduce risk. Deep roars echo through the landscape, and each heavy step pressed into the ground becomes a language of authority. The outcome is often decided by confidence, size, and composure. The stronger individual asserts control through psychological pressure, prompting the rival to step back and withdraw. Territorial order is restored without the need for a destructive clash, reinforcing the winner's position. In lower valleys, ecological boundaries continue to be tested when grizzlies encounter the smaller black bear. Despite its disadvantage in size, a mother black bear may act with remarkable determination when protecting her young. However, when limits are clearly set, the black bear's decision to yield becomes part of nature's balance. In the world of bears, the boundaries of survival leave little room for compromise. If the moose is the fortress of the wetlands, then the elk is a highly adaptable traveler of the North American mountains. A mature bull elk can weigh around 700 pounds and stand about 5 feet at the shoulder, capable of rapid bursts of speed across open terrain. For that reason, pursuing an elk is not a matter of raw weight, but a test of timing and movement strategy. The pursuit begins from miles away, as the grizzly uses its exceptional sense of smell to locate a target herd. Instead of exhausting itself in a direct chase, it creates sudden pressure to separate a slower individual from the group. It then skillfully guides the elk toward wet, rocky ground or shallow streams. On slick surfaces, the elk's hooves lose traction, forcing this agile animal into a draining struggle. In just about 15 minutes, a final decisive lunge is delivered. Although the grizzly's success rate in hunting elk is often below about 15%, the reward remains worth the energy invested. This source of protein can sustain it for nearly a week. To protect its catch, the grizzly skillfully covers it with soil and leaves. This method helps conceal the scent and reduces attention from opportunistic animals. This stands as clear evidence of the strategic mindset of a northern apex force. Among the bear family, the grizzly stands as a powerful symbol of the North American wilderness. This animal possesses a massive, muscular build, along with 4-inch claws of formidable strength. Its thick coat not only provides optimal insulation, but also reinforces its unmistakable presence. Exceptional hunting instincts combined with remarkable endurance allow it to dominate across diverse terrain. As a top-tier predator, it plays a critical role in shaping the natural balance of its ecosystems. As summer arrives and rivers shift toward the open sea, millions of salmon begin their upstream journey to their spawning grounds. This becomes the largest seasonal feast, where grizzlies demonstrate their refined hunting strategies. At rushing rapids, adult bears take elevated positions and wait with patience. As salmon launch themselves against the current, the grizzly delivers a precise snap, capturing the target mid-air. In shallow waters, the grizzly applies a drive and herd strategy. It charges through rocky stretches, sending water splashing in every direction. Instinct takes over as it uses claws measuring about 4 inches to pin fish firmly against the stream bed. That decisive motion transforms the summer river into a true arena of survival. This intense feeding period is essential, allowing the bear to build a fat layer of about 6 inches before the cold season arrives. It is a critical preparation for the harsh months of hibernation ahead. Throughout winter, deep within its den, it does not eat or drink, conserving energy while losing up to 40% of its body weight to endure. For female grizzlies, cubs are born during this challenging season under the protection of their mother. The first sunlight welcomes the unsteady steps of a new generation. They begin their journey to inherit the wilderness, guided by their earliest lessons in survival. Moose are the largest members of the deer family, inhabiting the cold forests and wetlands of North America. An adult can weigh up to around 1,500 pounds with broad antlers and powerful kicks. Despite being herbivores, they are highly dangerous and ready to stand their ground, especially when protecting territory or calves. When encountering a grizzly bear, it is no longer a simple hunt, but a test of strength and strategy. The grizzly uses terrain near lakes or riverbanks to guide its target into shallow water, where the moose struggles to maintain balance. In the slick conditions, the bear's muscular advantage comes into play, applying steady pressure. This is how it turns the environment into an ally in its effort to restore energy. In another situation, despite constant pressure, a mother moose remains determined as she leads her calf toward the water's edge, searching for a final chance of survival. In that tense moment, maternal instinct rises, turning her into a formidable defender. She is ready to turn back, using her massive body and strong hooves to form a protective barrier for her calf. However, the grizzly does not rush. It continues to close in, relying on endurance to wear down both mother and calf as any moment of vulnerability appears. This is a confrontation where persistence meets the strongest forms of protection and maternal instinct found in nature. In North America, wolves represent discipline and exceptional collective intelligence. A coordinated pack becomes a formidable force against any hoofed animal. Yet this natural order is challenged by the grizzly bear, a solitary powerhouse of unmatched physical strength. Encounters often unfold around animal remains, when a pack of around 10 wolves moves in to form a tightening formation. Younger wolves circle continuously, feigning advances from behind to distract the opponent and create an opening for the group to move in. This pressure triggers an immediate response as the grizzly lowers its center of gravity and delivers powerful swipes to break the formation. Recognizing that their coordinated approach cannot overcome the bear's physical dominance, the pack leader signals a retreat to preserve the group. The wolves gradually withdraw, leaving the solitary figure standing firm at the center of the scene. Here, nature allows no hesitation. This outcome reinforces the absolute presence of a dominant force on the path of survival. The grizzly bear moves quietly through the forest along the mountain edge, where every movement is tied to survival. With a body mass exceeding 600 pounds and the ability to reach short bursts of around 35 miles per hour, it is not built for prolonged pursuit, but for mastering decisive moments. Each hunt is not random, but shaped by terrain, season, and the condition of its target. In spring, after emerging from hibernation, and needing to restore energy, the grizzly turns its focus toward young deer. Its exceptional sense of smell allows it to detect a target even when hidden within dense vegetation. It advances slowly, keeping the wind in its favor while steadily closing the distance. When the moment is right, a precise and controlled lunge is delivered, bringing the encounter to a swift conclusion. When facing more mature and alert targets, the strategy shifts immediately. Rather than pursuing head-on, the bear guides its target into uneven terrain where speed no longer offers an advantage. Fallen logs and steep slopes disrupt movement, forcing the deer to slow down. In that moment, the bear closes in and takes control of the space. Through this method of selection and approach, the grizzly not only hunts effectively, but also contributes to maintaining stability within natural populations. The honey badger leaves the confrontation behind, carrying the mark of a warrior that knows no fear. Every encounter reflects a combination of courage, strategy, and survival instinct. Though small in size, it continues to prove that physical size has never been the only measure of strength. Out in the wild, that legend continues to challenge the limits of what seems possible. Viewers who would like to see more remarkable wildlife encounters can like and subscribe to continue the journey of discovery.